Hello folks and welcome to Championship Sunday for the 2023 Discmania 303 Open. We are here in Denver, Colorado for a PDGA A-Tier at Badlands course. It is two courses on one property, but we are going to play one 18-hole layout over the two courses. My name is Nick Hanson, alongside me is Joel Freeman. Joel, what are these players going to need to do on Championship Sunday here to take it home?
Yeah, they're going to have to manage the wind, manage their angles, and hit their putts. Really excited to be here. Thank you all for joining us. And we've got a killer card to watch this final round. This is Colorado's finest right here.
Yeah, taking a quick look at the leaderboard, you're going to see some names you might know from the tour, as this was a week off between tour stops. I'm excited to get into it, so let's get right over to hole one.
Yeah, absolutely. Hole one, nothing too complicated here. Popular play is the Hyzer up and around that big tree. Only thing to really worry about here is the slope behind. You'll see a lot of discs kind of spike in and then trickle down to the bottom of the hill. We saw a lot of that in the previous round, so let's see if players can shorten up those drives just a little bit and tuck it in close.
Here's Gossage going with a slower speed disc on that Hyzer.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm talking about, just coming in right at the basket and then trickling down. I'm going to see if I can make the adjustment here.
Yeah, so you're trying to land, what would you say, about 20 feet short of the basket?
Maybe yeah, 20, 25.
Further? Okay.
Yeah, so I've got this up really high, maybe a little too high. And yeah, not gonna work this time.
Hit that right landing zone you wanted, but just caught enough edge to get over the hill.
Yeah, and not the most punishing mistake, honestly. You know, you've got that uphill bid, and so no biggie.
We've got local legend Joe Rovere up, hitting that hillside and sliding himself to about 20 feet inside circle one.
Yeah, good opportunity to start off Joe's day.
Myself there also getting it quite high and going to get a similar roll to yours and find myself inside circle two.
Yeah, catching that edge. Definitely a tester to start off the round.
Yeah, you'd like a closer putt to start, and unfortunately going to airmail that one past, but should be an easy three.
Yeah, testers for all of us, and I brought out the Gatekeeper purple today.
Here we are with your first circle two look of the round, and let's get a replay.
Yeah, that feels good to see that first putt hit center like that.
Little jog in up the hill. That one's got to be feeling good. Gossage up next here from a similar distance. It's going to connect as well.
Yeah, really nice stroke from Aaron.
Aaron's had quite a few good finishes this year on tour, and I feel like he could have a few more if just that putting stroke was just a little more consistent for him. So I'm excited to watch it here today. Joe Rovere up for his birdie.
Joe also bringing out the purple shorts. Oh,
and getting a spit out on hole one here.
Dang, yeah. With Joe's style, he's got that very nose down kind of pitch style, and you just see some weird reactions sometimes from his putter. Yeah, disappointing miss there on one.
Yeah, maybe catching the ring and just hitting it off the pole just right so it gives it enough momentum to come back out of the basket. He's going to be tapping in for his par, unfortunately, as we go to hole two.
Yeah, hole two, I've been calling this one of my favorites on the course. You are throwing your drive into a blind landing zone, probably a turnover or roller or big sidearm, and then your approach shot is probably a little blind as well. Really, this one's all about just getting that angle right out of your hand, and the more distance you're able to bite off, the easier you can make that up shot. And Aaron is doing that very thing, making his second shot easy.
And making the correction from previous day, he's going to stay quite a bit up the hill this time.
Yeah, impressive drive from Aaron. See if I can match.
It's got good height and good speed.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. That's a birdie opportunity. Joe quick fires a really nice one, actually. Gets himself into birdie position.
Taking a little more time here than Joe.
So are you trying to kind of slam more of an overstable disc or flip up more of an understable disc here?
I'm flipping an understable disc with this wind today. But then, just didn't trust it enough. We're going to catch that early tree and be down the hill a little ways. Didn't want to, was, halfway worried about rolling it.
Yeah, that high elevation said, nope, you're going left. So you had an attackable position there, but just got the nose a little bit up.
Yeah, I need to get over on that sidearm there to match and just kind of threw it up with the hill. You do a much better job of getting over on that sidearm, and there we are, landing yourself in circle one for another birdie opportunity.
Yep, Joe going to show you the Masters play. Classic turnover, buttery rock shot here. We've got the best Masters player in the world on our card here, so going to be enjoyable to watch Joe play.
Aaron almost getting up the fairway enough to see the basket from his approach. Truly incredible as he finds himself inside circle one there.
Pulling out the polecat. And unfortunately does catch a pole.
Not working today, unfortunately. This is for par.
No, I always like seeing you pull out that polecat, not only because it's kind of a cool shot to have in the bag, but also you're flashing the rings a little bit with that polecat world title.
Yeah, 1X. Shout out to James Proctor, this year's polecat world champ. But we're back there next year, fighting for the title again. As you grab your second birdie of the round. It's got to feel good here, Championship Sunday.
Yeah, 2 for 2. The best you can do when you're in a situation kind of chasing a leader with a lead is just kind of try to put the pressure on and give it the best you got and see how the cards fall.
As Aaron is going to collect his second birdie of the round as well.
Yeah, Aaron looking smooth and comfortable so far.
We haven't seen it yet, but this is a course that could be totally scorched in, calm conditions. But we've had some pretty good wind so far, so excited to see maybe some double digits rounds out of this card today.
All right, hole 3. It's a little bit of a top of the world shot. My personal preference is the big forehand. The danger is that you're throwing over this dry OB lake area. Another popular option is just kind of hanging a backhand out to the right and letting it hyzer in, but you do have one big tree that you're going to contend with on the backhand line. Aaron's showing us that big forehand, of course. No shortage of power to throw the shot, but he does throw it a little on the soft side. Not quite getting the pop that he was looking for. See if I can correct on his line. I mean, I gave him a little bit of a hard time there. He does have a nice chance for a birdie. He's got a putt at it, so. Oh man.
What did you hit?
That was a really solid shot, but yeah, got a kind of an unfortunate bounce there.
Maybe a
found a little
or something?
Yeah, found a little dry patch on the ground or something, so.
Joe showing you the right-hand backhand.
Looking for the skip.
Gets a skip.
Oh, yeah. A little too much forward momentum, though.
Yeah, needed to really get that immediate left turn. Myself also going with that. See if I can get a better line.
A little higher. This looks better to me. Coming up a little on the short side, maybe? Oh, no. Okay, yeah, so we're all going to be putting back at it.
Yeah, we've all got a chance here.
Yeah, a couple long opportunities here. Yeah, good effort there.
Good bid, right side.
Yep.
Gave it a chance. What were you, probably 60 or so?
Yeah, at least.
Here's Joe from just inside the reeds.
Oh, yeah. See, and that's another one of Joe's signature moves. He's got that little spinny floater get a nice look at it here.
See, he switches to nose up on this putt.
Exactly.
Just
Yeah,
floats right in there.
He's deadly, giving those long bids a little nose up chance to go in. Yeah, that's awesome. Nice make from Joe. See if you can match. Oh, also had to go with the spin putt maybe with the reeds in your backswing a little bit.
Yeah, didn't really have a swing, so I had to go to that spin, which isn't really a comfortable putt for me. And Aaron with the closest drive, unfortunately, high left.
Yeah, that's even closer than I realized off the tee, and that's definitely one that you would normally see him make. Taking it a little easy on the, me and Joe and yourself chasing behind him.
Yeah, you could say he kind of left one out there on this hole, unfortunately, but he does have the next hole to get one back. It is the easiest hole in the course, hole number 4.
Yeah, this hole does have just one main tree that's right in the line that you would normally probably throw to this basket. However, last couple of rounds, it hasn't seemed like much of an issue for our players. I don't think I've really seen that tree become a problem for anybody thus far. So players have been doing a good job of getting it up and around. Joe showing you how it's done.
Here's Aaron trying to get back on that birdie train.
Yeah, coming in a little hot. He's going to have a tester come back.
So yourself here, are you going with more of a stall shot, or are you trying to just throw this pure hyzer?
I have a little more of a stall in my mind. I think when I throw this shot perfectly, I take a really overstable disc on a little bit of a flat release, put it way up high, and I get it to actually travel backwards a little bit at the end, just to stay away from that tree. So we've all got nice fair chances at it, but not as close as we would like.
Not as close as we would like for the easiest hole in the course.
Yeah, and Aaron leaving another stroke out there. And I'm not going to get mine over the rim.
The unfortunate miss there from just inside the circle, it looks like. A little bit of a downhill. Probably had the wind coming up the hill. Doesn't mix for the easiest putt. But this is myself for birdie.
Yeah, that looked smooth, looked comfortable. Trying to keep yourself in it. Not an ideal start, but you're trying to crawl your way back, keep yourself involved in the conversation.
Got to get a birdie to get there, so it's a good start. And Joe for his birdie.
And Joe going, why couldn't you do that every time?
Here's Aaron to clean up his par.
All right, a little bit of separation on the 273-foot fourth. And we are off and running. All right, jumping back in on hole 5. We've got 717 feet, but that distance is going to play much shorter because we're throwing way downhill. If you can get your angle just right, you can actually catch a nice kind of pushing hyzer shot and get it to skip down to the green. I think we saw Aaron get an eagle look earlier in the tournament. See if any of these players today can get that angle just right and give us a shot at eagle.
Good shot.
Joe with a great line. If he would have got a little more lift there, he might have got that road skip we'd seen.
Yeah, I think Joe's was just maybe a tiny bit high if you wanted to be really picky. just to get in position for a 2. But a great shot nonetheless. And how's the look going to be for you?
That's the side I've been playing to all week, to try and stay on that high side to kind of skip into the green. As it's not really one I'm going for off the tee. Aaron.
Yeah, pushing it way out and around.
Getting the distance he needed if he would have went straight at it, I would say. But playing that high side, he's probably going to have about 2 or 220 to the basket from there.
Definitely. And I've come close to pushing for the eagle in the first couple rounds, but yeah, this time get a little wide and turned over. Not quite the line I was looking for, but an opportunity to scramble. Save the birdie. Heading towards the trees here. Obstructed 25 feet maybe.
Yeah, not ideal, but we'll take it.
See if I can spin this one up in there.
Nice.
Not bad at all.
Getting a little roll down inside the green. There's a little OB creek that is just behind the basket that the sidearm plays a little away from, but Aaron feeling confident with his backhand and getting it right under the basket. Here's Joe's second, catching that last tree there and gonna drop him inside circle 1.
Yeah, there are very few options when it comes to like a really nice fair play into this green. It's got a lot going on with little hills and bushes and things, and so more often than not, you're going to see some little interesting little rolls and reactions and things. Yourself with a nice make there.
Yeah, get my second birdie in a row. Yourself getting back on the birdie train. Joe with his 4th birdie in a row. Would be 5 if it wasn't for that spit out on hole 1.
Yeah, Joe's heating up for sure. Trying to chase Aaron and I down. I guess he's already caught me technically. All right, here we go. Hole 6, par 5. And this one's got 3 main landing zones. You're more than likely going to see everybody throw a shot to the first, then all to the second, and then it's all really about this third shot. Can you get it to settle in that little catcher's mitt green, as we've been calling it? Joe gonna show you that just gentle turnover. This is a popular play on this hole, and that's what he was looking for.
Yeah, he's been there all 3 rounds, so he's going to be happy with that.
With 2 perfect shots, a player can get onto the green in 2. But the first landing zone is really difficult to find if you're trying to give yourself an opportunity to get to the green.
I would say Aaron, of all competitors, has that best opportunity in the field to potentially eagle this one.
Definitely. And that, to me, looks like an attacking shot. That looks like he was trying to find that zone.
Yourself going with the sidearm, do you have any intentions of trying to get to that zone, or what are you thinking off this tee?
No, I think it just, the percentages just weren't quite there, and so I was just trying to get myself something in bounds and not get too excited about it. I'm curious to see what Aaron will do, because whether he has the opportunity or not, I can promise you he's within 5 to 10 feet of the ideal kind of eagle opportunity zone. So I'm curious to see whether or not he has that.
Joe and myself landing on that left side of that second landing zone, not the ideal spot.
Yeah, not terrible, but ideally you can get kind of as far forward or right as you can to kind of take that big tree out of play. Oh yeah, and Aaron, as I said, if he was 10 feet left or right, he would be able to attack, but forced to go with this high play, and he manages that situation nicely.
I think he's in the best spot of the group there to go across.
Absolutely, yeah. When you're that far left, you're nice and wide open. I'm having to get a little tricky with the ceiling here. Not bad. It's on the green.
Here's Aaron's third shot.
Yeah, trying to get that nose up, make sure it doesn't skip too much. Oh, and speaking of a skip.
Oh, and look at that.
Yeah, he had just enough. Anything short of that sidewalk is actually OB. So you gotta clear the sidewalk. It's not just the water. You gotta get onto that grass on the other side. Oh, and Joe giving that a little bit of a run.
Looked like it. He's in a better spot than he's been in the previous couple days here.
Oh, and it looks like, are you going inside line here?
Yep, that was the unfortunate way I needed to go, but gave it a little too much turn there. We're going to catch and drop inside circle 2, thankfully.
Yeah, favorable branch there. Going up and through.
Yeah, I basically squared that that base of that tree, so it's my only real option to go for the birdie. Your self-catching band from circle 2.
Yeah, it came out of the hand pretty nice, but just a little too much energy there.
And Joe connects for his 5th birdie in a row.
Keeping it rolling. Joe has now moved himself into solo 2nd place. Trying to make a charge here on the final day.
No surprise to see Joe Rovere making a good charge up that leaderboard on the final day.
Yeah, he knows what it means to win. He's got that coveted 50% plus win percentage going. Very impressive stat for anybody to have.
Aaron's going to come collect another birdie, and we'll be back after a short break.
Hole 7, pretty basic shot here for the top level players. You're just trying to take probably a driver of some sort, put it up high in the sky, maybe give it a little ace run. We haven't seen any super close ace runs, but I would love to see somebody maybe catch some metal, maybe dunk one in.
Joe going with that exact line you described there, and actually getting it deep today.
It is so impressive how far Joe throws. He's your current Masters World Distance Champion. That guy can crush it out there. Oh, and that had the line. Just not quite the airspace.
A little more oomph and it might have been in. Yeah, I think this year he threw like 550 or something into a headwind. So pretty good stuff.
I wouldn't mind being able to do that at age 40.
I think he's like 45
Yeah, he's past 40 at this point. Hanging out mine a little too wide here with the Firebird. Getting a little bit of a road skip though, so that's a chance. Joe maybe just outside the circle.
Oh my God.
Oh, and another good looking one, but not quite enough.
Yeah, good putt, but a little right. Here's myself for birdie.
Solid. You and I were both in that kind of 27-foot range. Little tester putts here. Oh, wow. Basket chains, but not a birdie.
There's a lot of action there for her to fall out. It's low.
Yeah,
basket.
just needed to get it. Needed to get a little higher, and then it would have crept in. But when it catches the cage and the chains at the same time, it'll often push it up and out. Hole 8, another blind shot here. You've got 3 main options. Now let's call it 4 main options. High forehand spike, low forehand hyzer, backhand hyzer, or backhand turnover are the 4 ways to attack it that you would mainly see. Just depends on what the player's most comfortable shot is. So Aaron's showing you that low forehand and doing it well.
What a beauty Probably inside 15 feet. Myself going with the backhand route. It looks a little high out of the hand.
Yeah, a little scary here. Catches the ground and finds yourself in that annoying bush about 30 feet short.
Hopefully on one side or the other. Just try and get a straddle out. Joe going with the backhand turnover and sliding it right inside the bullseye.
This is one of Joe's most commonly used and most comfortable shots. Just this very neutral putter on a little bit of a slammed over anhyzer, and he does that shot so well. I'm showing you the high forehand, and not a bad result there at all.
Here we are for birdie.
Nearly gets it to go.
Aaron Gossage. Now
This
for
will be
his birdie.
Yeah, this will be Aaron to keep pace with Joe, trying to prevent Joe from making up any ground on his lead.
And
Just low enough.
Aaron quietly getting 4 birdies in a row now to get him to 6 under on the round. Here's Joel from similar distance.
Yeah, I've got a little bit of a slower pace going on my round. Oh, birdie there would have been would have done good things for the confidence, but it's putter's struggling.
You know, that'll happen. How do you change that, or what do you focus on when you're having kind of some of them struggles early in the final round?
I mean, on one hand, I think if I knew the answer to that question, I'd be probably rated 20 points higher. On the other hand, I think it's been helpful for me in the past just to kind of focus on one specific element of the putt. I think sometimes you can think of 10 different variables all at once, things that you want to do right. And if I can dial it down to just one thing that I want to do really well, for example, hit the line or give it the spin or something, get the weight shift, just dial in on that one thing and do that really well. Hole 9 here, this is one of the signature holes in this event, par 4. There's a lot of little like rocks and trees and things in the landing zone, and so you're trying to pick your spot in the fairway, make sure you hit your gap, and then just take what you can get on the second shot.
And Aaron going big off the tee.
Yeah, that's way down there.
Wow. Incredible shot. Skipping even close to that OB down on that far left side. Usually doesn't ever come into play.
Looks like Joe had some sort of a fairway in his hand. And that's a good landing zone. I think he's playing for the high up and around hyzer shot on the second. The two main options on the second are kind of like a low hyzer skipping around the base of the tree, or a high up and around. And bet we're going to see Joe go high. You're getting just around that bush, which is good.
Yep. Got far enough down the fairway. Should have a decent look.
Got mine out there flat.
Very similar shot there. Getting a big skip.
Yeah, a little bit of a trickier shot there, but I should have an opportunity nonetheless. Looks like Joe's got a little bit of an early tree, pinching off his angle just a bit. See if he can give it the correct airspace to get it up there.
Coming down short, inside circle 2.
Yeah, that did look a little soft to me out of the hand. He needed to really punch it, get the nose down a little bit.
Yourself going with the turnover sidearm, catching a root and getting a bounce towards the basket.
Yeah, kind of a weird reaction there. Pretty good shot, but kind of found some weird ground play.
Myself hanging it out just a little too wide there, but you will still have a circle 2 look for birdie. Aaron so far up the fairway, able to go with a standstill. Catching that soft ground, though, we've seen in the previous rounds, and not allowing the disc to go left. He's going to be left about circle's edge.
Yeah, that's what I've learned watching the coverage over the last couple of rounds. Like, the ground play on this hole just seems to be surprisingly minimal. Joe giving that another really nice bid, similar to what we saw in hole 3, but just teens a bit too high. Just leaving that long bid a little too high and left. Aaron and I are going to show you the exact same putt twice.
A little bit of a tester here for birdie, but both players should be able to connect.
Definitely, yeah. Right in that 30-foot range. Oh, man. Yeah, just a centimeter low from the goose.
Hole 9 today was playing as the third hardest hole on the course. There you're able to connect.
I got that 1 centimeter.
Yep, got it over the rim there. Hey, in is in at the end of the day.
Yes, sir, and that's the kind of little boost that I needed to get my round kind of back on track a little bit. I'm losing some ground to Joe and Aaron here, but trying to turn things around.
Good news is you've got 9 more holes. Anything
Yes,
can happen
sir.
on that back 9. Gonna get the par and
Yeah, so far Aaron just not leaving much room for anybody to catch him. He's keeping things smooth and solid. We're gonna need him to wobble a little bit in order if we're gonna make things interesting.
yeah, 6 down through the front 9 is pretty hard to catch, as we see Joe and Aaron both at 6, yourself at 4, and myself at 2 under, taking the only bogey on the card through this front 9. Thank you all for watching this front 9. Come back for the back 9. Joel, thanks for being here.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure and honor. And yeah, thanks everybody for joining. Hope we see you on the back.
As always, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you there.